Hey everybody, welcome to Fat 50 and Running a Marathon, and the last Wednesday video for the month of February. I'm Topher, and I started this channel because 3.5 years ago I survived a heart attack. A year after that, at my 1-year checkup with my cardiologist, he suggested that I was doing well enough that I could train for a marathon. And I decided then and there that at the age of 50, that's exactly what I would do. So follow me on my journey as I go from a overweight, sedentary lifestyle living person to someone who's mentally and physically capable of completing a marathon. Well, February has proved to be a rather interesting month. After 14 years of living in the desert, I finally remember what it's like to experience high snowbanks. Here in Portland we had quite a snow cover, as much of you and the rest of the country did. And early on, one of the first days of the snow, I went outside to go shovel the driveway, and I did something to my arm. I don't know whether I pinched a nerve, I don't know whether I pulled a muscle. I'm not sure what exactly I did, but it hurt like hell, and I wasn't able to finish shoveling the driveway. Well, what that did then was it made it impossible for me to finish my 22 Days to Better Posture program that was designed by Jeff Cavalier at Athlean-X. So I was unable to complete it. I was unable to do the retest and see how much progress I'd made, so I'm going to have to restart that. It was something that I had started in January. I was supposed to be finishing up around the time of Valentine's Day, and about 3 days shy of being able to finish is when I hurt myself. So I'm going to have to, as I said, restart that. I think Nancy says I need to give a little bit more time, and I agree with her. So I'm thinking maybe like on March 1st, which is a Monday, maybe then I'll try to reinstigate in the program, see how I'm doing then. Maybe even still try to do a compare and contrast to how I did when I first took the tests and how I'm doing on March 1st. Hopefully I haven't regressed too much. Well, over the course of this week, as I said, I was unable to do a lot of exercise. I was unable to go walking because of the snow drifts. I was unable to exercise because of the pain. I was unable to do yoga because of the pain. And I did eat a fair amount of white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. Somehow, over the course of that week, though, all that amounted to 1.6 pounds of weight gain. So, I tell you, it's one of those things that if I didn't laugh, I'd have to cry. Clearly, the scale is not, it's not even a matter of it not being my friend. The scale is not an indicator of the progress that I'm making. I can put on clothes, I can pull them out, I can see that I'm making real progress in terms of these clothes fitting differently. People who know me tell me that I've lost weight and it's evident, and yet the scale refuses to reflect that. So I think the smarter thing for me to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue to put up the pounds every Wednesday. But Nancy doesn't know this yet, but she's going to have to be measuring me every Wednesday as well. So we're going to be measuring chest, hips, waist, arms, thighs. You know, I'll try to figure out neck. I think would be a good one to measure too. And we'll see how much progress I'm making that way, because obviously the scale is just not showing the progress. And you know, I've often said that I didn't really care what the scale said, and I don't. But the thing is, it's supposed to be one of the ways that you should be able to see how much difference you're making, whether it's positive or negative. And I'm just not seeing it on the scale. It's just not happening on the scale. So obviously the scale is not the means by which I need to be measuring my progress. I wanted to address the fact that we're coming up, as I said, this is the last Wednesday in February, and I'll be initiating No Starch March next month. Every month leading up to my 49th birthday, which is at the end of July, I decided I was going to do something unique, and in order to lose some of the flab that I've been carrying around all of my life. In January, the plan was to stick to an 8-hour window for an intermittent fasting program. And I basically, 6 days a week, eat only between the hours of noon and 8. I've been sticking to my celery juice, and in February I decided that I was going to stop eating sugar after 6 o'clock. The only sugar that I consume after 6 o'clock now is in the form of Coca-Cola, to which I'm highly addicted, and I freely admit that. And I decided that for March what I'm going to do is create a program by which I will not be eating any starches. Won't be eating any rice, won't be eating any noodles, won't be eating any bread, and I won't be eating any of the starchy vegetables, which isn't too difficult for me. I don't normally eat a whole lot of peas or carrots or corn, but I do eat a fair amount of potatoes, and I eat a fair amount of potatoes in a lot of different ways. And I'm not exactly certain how I'm going to be dealing with that. I have been looking at recipes. I've been looking at ways and alternative things to eat. What I anticipate, honestly, is that I'm going to be eating a lot of green beans and asparagus over the course of March in order to make up for the lack of potatoes and starch. But I won't be eating... I have every day I usually have a bagel sandwich. I'm going to have to turn that into an omelet. I've just got a lot of work to do, and I haven't done all the research and all the recipe hunting that I need to be doing, and I hopefully will be getting my act together and finishing that up before Monday, the 1st of March. But I really do figure I'm going to be losing a lot of weight because I see a lot of times simply not eating. So anyway, that's the course of that. Well, I think I've pretty well covered everything that I needed to for this video. I think that I will restart on the 1st of March the Jeff Cavalier program through Athlean-X, and I will put up a TikTok video showing you how my tests were for that program, and we'll go from there. I'm just going to try to restart what I wasn't able to finish before, and I'd love to see that I have an improvement in posture, and I'd love to see you back here next week. So remember, only by taking care of ourselves first are we capable of taking care of others. Thanks for watching. Topher.